Hello and welcome to my little Arduino board. So this is what it looks like in real life, and I'll get it flashing in a second here. Now, hopefully, let's just see if this works okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what you can see, I try to hold and move the mouse here, is this is my loop here. Now notice I've actually used some for loops inside my main loop here, because now I can run skip rider, the one where I'm going to skip lights every second light, same as night rider, but just skipping every second light. I'm going to do that 3 times. So I put that in the code. So I could write skip rider, skip rider, skip rider 3 times, and it would serve the same purpose. But this just does it a little bit faster. Then I've got my rev counter. Now my rev counter is one of the ones I created on my own, so I'm not going to give you that code, but I'll show you what it looks like. It's doing it 9 times, and I think I could lower that 1 time. I think it does 1 extra time, but that's okay. And then it does the rev counter, and I put in the I value in here. So that's a little bit of a fun thing. Let me move this up. So then there's a delay after that, just a little bit of a break for a second. And then I've got basically it flashing here using my all on and my all off. So they're blinking on and off 5 times. Okay. And then I've got my night rider. And my night rider is kind of interesting because I'm actually dividing the time by I. So notice here I started I at 1, okay, and it's going up to 5. I didn't start it at 0 because I didn't want to divide by 0. That's not a good thing to do. So I started at 1, so the first time it goes through it, it's 300 divided by 1. So it's 300. Then it'd be 300 divided by 2, so it's only 150, so the time is less, and then less and less. So the night rider, even though it's still the same night rider function, I've actually got it speeding up one after the other. Kind of interesting. Example, this is my inside out. I call it hard because I used the loop there. But anyways, I'm just showing you, you don't have to do it inside a loop. I could write it out, in this case 4 times, and then just decreasing each one by 100. So, I mean, I could do that with the night rider, right? I could do the night rider, print it out 5 times, and then just reduce that number each time. Or I could use the loop. And like I said, the loop is always a little bit more efficient. Turned off all the lights, 1-way right, all off, 1-way left, and that's the speed there, and then all off. And then just at the end, basically, I turned it on for 3 seconds just to sort of signify that I'm done, and then it would go back up and do it. So let's take a look at what this would do. Now I had unplugged it here. Just give me a second. So obviously yours doesn't look quite as good. Sorry, as you see my messy room here. Okay, I got that plugged in. Perfect. Okay, so it's going to start up. And so there we go. So let me try to get a better view. That's better. So this is the skip rider. Hopefully you can kind of see that. And then that's doing it so many times, the 3 times. Then it should do the rev counter. Oh, you know what? I don't think I uploaded my new code. So let me do that first. Actually, on this one, it's kind of cool. You have to upload the code. So I'm going to upload the code. There it is. And it takes a second. It's just uploading it. So it's going through the USB cable into here. And then it will blink in a second. Okay, so there it's done. Okay, so now let me just restart it. I didn't see it start there. Okay, so it's going to restart. So there's the skip rider. So it's doing every second light, and it should do it 3 times. And then it's going to get into the rev counter. So there's my rev counter. So you can see it's getting higher and higher. It's lighting them all up, then turning them all off until it gets to the top one. And then after that, it should be blinking on and off. So it just did that. And then now it's doing a night rider, and it should be speeding up the night rider. So that would be the slow one. And then the second one should be faster. Yep. And then faster after this one. Maybe one more. There goes probably the last one. Oh, there's the last one there. Even faster. And then it does the inside out. And so the inside out, it does fast or slow and then fast and then faster and faster. And then I've got a 1-way and then all off, and then a 1-way. Little slow side here, but it gives you the idea. And there they're all on for 3 seconds. So that's basically it, okay? And then it would repeat again, so it goes back into the skip rider, I called it. So remember the idea. I mean, this would be perfectly fine for having, enough calls. Like I said, you should have at least 10 of the calls in there for sort of the B level. There's more than 10 there, especially when you've got these loops, right? These loops, I could almost count them as 3, okay? So, you can give yourself some extra credit for using a for loop inside your main loop, okay, if you want to do things more than once. And then making sure you've got some different functions. Now, I haven't put too many different functions in here. I just put that rev counter, which was new. I think the skip rider was new. So again, this would be sort of a good B, maybe getting a little bit into the A level because I've used some loops in there, okay? But your idea, your goal, right, is to create a few of those functions and then call them in your loop to get it to work there. All right, good luck.